Tsale, it's story time. We're going to medical school today and back to Greek mythology. Have you ever heard of the term priapism or priapism? It's a persistent and unwanted erection of the penis, usually lasting for several hours. Apparently, it can also be quite painful. Well, how did this condition, priapism or priapism, get its name? We can thank the ancient Greeks for this. Now, let's get into the story. Let's go back to our friend Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and festivities. Greek mythology tells of a relationship between Dionysus and Aphrodite or Aphrodite, the goddess of love. One day, Dionysus had to travel out of town for work. Check on the vineyards, make sure the wine is popping. He hates to leave his girl Aphrodite, but he packs his bags, books his hotel, books his flight, and prepares to leave for a few weeks. So as they part ways, Dionysus is like, "Baby girl, are you gonna miss me?" Aphrodite is like, "Oh, Zaddy, dost thou goest now? Mine heart doth cry." Well, Dionysus reluctantly leaves her, but as soon as he's out of sight, Aphrodite dries her crocodile tears, picks up her phone, and calls the handsome specimen of masculinity, Adonis. She's like, "Hey, what you doing?" He's like, "Nothing. Just getting ready to work out." "What's up?" Aphrodite is like, "Oh, okay. Do you need a workout partner?" Adonis grins through the phone and says, "Sure thing, baby girl." And Aphrodite promptly calls her Uber, Bolt, Yango, Taxify, Shaxi, and she goes off to hang out with Adonis. Well, eventually, Dionysus returns from his trip, and Aphrodite is back home from her tryst with Mr. Universe, Adonis. She welcomes Dionysus with open arms. She has made his favorite jollof rice with grilled pork and a chilled shandy on the side. I mean, a complete welcome home package, ending with a late night romantic roller coaster. Anyway, Aphrodite soon became pregnant by Dionysus. But before she gave birth, she was visited by the queen of the gods, Hera. Hera had heard a lot about Aphrodite's thottish behavior. I mean, rumor had it that Adonis wasn't the only one keeping Aphrodite company in Dionysus' absence. And Hera was so salty. She was also kind of jealous of Aphrodite because she heard someone mention that Aphrodite was much more beautiful than her. This comparison wounded Hera's pride terribly. She scoffed at the comparison. How could this shameless harlot be compared to me, Goddess Supreme? So, to mend her fragile ego, Hera cursed the child in Aphrodite's womb, rendering the child impotent and unattractive. The child also ended up with a humongous manhood, but since he was cursed, it was practically useless. Anyway, the child was named Priapus or Priapus. He had a gigantic penis, but he could barely sustain an erection, all due to a curse fueled by jealousy. Just imagine chilling in your mother's womb, happily swimming in amniotic fluid, and you become a victim because your mother is that girl, and the queen bee can't stand her. So, Priapus was born a victim of unfortunate circumstances and was named the god of fertility and male genitalia. And his name inspired that infamous medical condition, priapism or priapism. Ironically, he couldn't sustain an erection, but the medical condition that is named after him is an erection that lasts too long. Anyway, there you go. Priapus, priapism, Greek mythology. Cheers.